evolutionist, spontaneous generation believers are always looking for more planets where there might be life that could have formed by the same magical abiogenesis, spontaneous generation process as they believe happened here on Earth. And so we've got this 7 Earth-sized planets that are candidates orbiting around a star that's 39 light years away. Well, by our current technology, we could make it there in about 800 years, but, well, maybe we'll invent warp drive soon. But let's see what it says. It has stoked a raging debate about what makes planets habitable in the first place. It says 3 of them are in the region where temperatures are just right, not too hot, not too cold, just right for liquid water, which we all believe is necessary for life, and scientists call that the Goldilocks zone. Our planet is in the Goldilocks zone around our star, Sol. Well, this star here, TRAPPIST-1, is a very little star. These planets are zooming around that star, and a year on these planets take like 6 days, 9 days, and 12 and a third days, Earth days, that is. So they must be pretty close, and they must be traveling pretty fast, and the star must be pretty small. It's a very dim star compared to ours, but being that close wouldn't be as much of a problem, except this star has nasty flares worse than our sun does, and would probably kill anything on these planets. But let's go on. It says here that the 7th planet was caught crossing. Well, how do they actually detect these planets? What they do is they don't actually have this kind of an image, this artist's conception. What they've got is a star gets a little bit dimmer all of a sudden for no reason, and then while the planet is crossing in front of that star, it stays dim and it gets a little brighter again. That's pretty ingenious to be able to measure that carefully from 39 million light years away. But yeah, the only thing it really could do that is a planet of some size that could make the star's light a little bit blocked so we could measure it. And that's how they get that. They don't see things like this in a telescope. We've only gotten images of 3 extrasolar planets, and that was just recently, much closer than this. Okay. But there's thousands of them now that have been detected, always looking for signs that abiogenesis could have happened on another planet, because they believe it happened here. Look at what it says here, that these planets are close enough together that if life evolved on one of them or both, they could share life by meteorites that are being tossed back and forth, chunks of each planet, or by advanced civilizations that do space travel between the planets. Now, back in the 1980s, 1987, there was a rock found at the South Pole that all the scientists decided it must have come from Mars. Some asteroid hit Mars and knocked a piece out of the gravity, and it somehow fell to Earth, I know not where, well, South Pole. And they thought they found signs of bacteria, fossils in the pyroxene that the rock was made of. Now, pyroxene is a deep layer rock anyway, so that's way down with volcanic stuff, and the idea that bacteria could survive that, or could survive entry into our atmosphere. The re-entry makes friction that is hot enough to vaporize solid iron. So I really don't think organic molecules, certainly not living things, could survive such an entry. And if the atmosphere isn't thick enough to do that sort of thing, then it won't be thick enough to support life either. So they are saying that, well, just because there are at least 3 that could have water on them doesn't mean anything, because Venus, Mars, and Earth are all in the Goldilocks zone, and only one of them has actual life on it. So they're always looking. By the way, when they found the 1987 rock, one evolutionist in the media said, "This will be the end of organized religion on this planet," 1987. That's because if they find life on another planet, they're going to say we're nothing special and God didn't make life here. They're ready for that bold print headline that there's no such thing as God. Of course, if we find life on another planet, it probably just means God made it there, like in C.S. Lewis's Space Trilogy. However, scientifically, we don't expect as creations to find any life anywhere else in the universe unless some bacteria got caught in the solar wind and blew from here to Mars. There's probably 7 million tons of space dust Oh, if the Earth's 4.6 billion years old. Since 76,000, there's not that much dust from Earth's upper atmosphere that has been wafted towards Mars. But anyway, they're always looking for that, because if they could find life on another planet, they would say, aha. And they're looking at this 11 light year away thing. Oh, I'm sorry. The other one was 39 light years, not 39 million light years. The 11-year, well, that'll only take us about 200 years to get there. But it's a better place to look for life. Where are we looking for life? Mars. We send little probes there. And how do we look for life? Scrape the dirt and everything. We can't do that to something 11 light years away. So they're hoping that the spectra of the atmosphere, if some starlight shines through the atmosphere on its way to us, we can get a spectrum and see if it has the right chemicals. Well, Mars has the right chemicals and doesn't work. Of course, Venus has the right chemicals, except it rains sulfuric acid, and it's as hot as the inside of your self-cleaning oven, even at night on Venus. Not because Venus is close to the sun, but because the atmosphere is super overcharged greenhouse effect. But that's another matter. Look at what it says here, the Goldilocks zone. We are at the edge of maybe detecting life around another star. It's really a possibility. Well, this is wishful, hopeful thinking, and it's only to give fodder to the atheistic, naturalistic, materialistic, evolutionist worldview. Don't let them try to fool you, or even try to school you. Not in their theories anyway. That's what Bob Marley said. So keep thinking. God bless.